Happy Wednesday. I am so glad and happy to see y'all. It is Wellness Wednesday. So I hope everyone's having a beautiful day. Um, Let me start off by saying welcome back to another episode of Black Girl Interrupted. Y'all have to forgive me. Let me get my microphone. There we go. All right, so y'all welcome back to another episode of Black Girl Interrupted. Y'all already know it's your girl Ash, your favorite girl from the 504, baby, bringing y'all another episode of Black Girl Interrupted. So before I even start off, let me say this. I just want to say thank you to each and every person that reached out to me. For those that do not know, my daughter's father passed away 1 week ago today. He passed away last Wednesday. Um, and I just appreciate everyone reaching out to me. I appreciate everyone praying over my daughter. I appreciate everyone still contacting me, asking me how my daughter is doing. So I wanted to just start off by saying thank you guys so much. Um, Keep praying for my daughter because this is unfamiliar to her. I understand wholeheartedly because I was here 3 years ago when my father passed away. Um, and just every day, she just takes it one day at a time, and I pour into her. I'm here for her whenever she needs me. She needs to talk. She needs to cry. I'm here. And I've told her, out of everything in the midst of all the confusion, I hope she finds just a little bit of peace of knowing her father is no longer here suffering. Because he suffered for 10 years. So he is now finally at rest. And as I stated to him, thank you so much, Avery, for leaving me a piece of you. You helped me carry her for 21 years. You can rest because I got her the rest of the way. So I'm trying not to get emotional, but thank y'all so much for just even checking on me. Thank you for the continuous prayers for my daughter. She's gonna be all right. I promise y'all. She's gonna be good. As long as she's got me, as long as God continues to allow me to have breath in my body, I'm here with my baby all the way to the end. We got this together. So, Jamari, your mom loves you. I got your back. And we rocking until the wheels fall off. So I just wanted to start off by saying that. So thank you to everybody again for the continuous love, the continuous support. Just keep praying for my daughter. Like I say, this is new, it's unfamiliar. This is a new experience for her. So every day is a different day, and I pray with her. So, but so as we continue to move on again, y'all welcome back to another episode of Black Girl Interrupted. As I stated, y'all know it's your girl Ash. Baby, I'm coming to bring y'all a nice topic. We are still celebrating National Women's History Month. So I found two women, well, one woman and three women who I just felt like do not get the recognition that they deserve. So tonight we are talking about the beautiful Diahann Carroll, and we're also going to be talking about the United Order of Tents. I know y'all are like, who are those? Like, what? Who is that? But here we go. But y'all already know today is Wednesday. I do apologize that I have not been posting my Wellness Wednesday quotes, but y'all know I do my mental health check-ins at the start of every episode because I want to know how you guys are feeling. How are you feeling mentally? How are you feeling emotionally? How are you feeling physically? How are you feeling spiritually? What can I do to help you get over the hump? Because I've been in that dark space, and I want to be the person to help guide you back into the light, because we can't celebrate you in the dark way. We can celebrate you and see you in the light. So you guys already know, before I start off any episode, I always have to do a mental health check-in. I always play something that's motivational, something that's encouraging, something that's empowering, because again, I don't know what everybody's going through and where they're going, but if anything that I do with Black Girl Interrupted helps get you over the hump, then I've done exactly what God has wanted me to do. So, hey to my sister Drew. She says she's doing great. I'm so happy for that. Javert, happy Easter. Happy Easter, my girl. That's my baby sister. She says, I love you. She says, I'm so proud of you. I appreciate that. Because y'all always find a way to make me cry. And I think y'all really do this on purpose. But I appreciate y'all. Black Girl Interrupted would not be where it is today if it wasn't for the love and support of y'all. I cannot wait for y'all to see the beautiful things that are rolling out with Black Girl Interrupted. I really cannot wait. I'm excited about everything that's going on. The new the website is now up. I will post a link down at the bottom, but the website is up. There will be letters that are going out, so you guys will be informed monthly. If you sign up for the email list, you will get a monthly newsletter that will talk about what I will be talking about in the coming months. So, like for the month of April, which is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, also autism, I will be dedicating one specific episode um, to recognize and celebrate autism. Um, I have four beautiful friends who are the mothers to autistic children, and it's so many stigmas around autism that I want to clear the narrative on that. I want you guys to know that autistic children, yes, they're different, but they're special. God created them exactly the way He wanted them to be. So I will be dedicating one show. It will be strictly about autism, things that we can do. I will be looking and getting some resources, but those are just some of the things that will go out on the newsletter every month to let you know the topics that we're going to have for the month. It will also give you the option if you want to submit something anonymous. We're gonna do polls. But like I say, y'all, it's so many amazing things that are coming for Black Girl Interrupted. I also want to let y'all know merchandise is on the way. I do not have a specific date, but look for it around the summer. So there will be Black Girl Interrupted merchandise. There will be shirts for men and for women. Just gonna start something soft before I launch into anything else, before I do socks and anything. So we're just going to start with shirts. But I just really cannot wait for you guys to see everything that I have going for Black Girl Interrupted. You guys, I promise, will not be disappointed. But again, I love you guys so much. I appreciate all the continuous love, all the support that y'all show me for Black Girl Interrupted. Again, I'm grateful, I'm humbled, and I would not be where I am today if it wasn't for the love and support of you guys. So give yourselves a round of applause because you guys rock. Like, you guys are so amazing. Thank you for loving me on the good days. Thank you for loving me on the bad days. Thank you for just believing in me. Thank you for just seeing my vision and just being a part of the journey to help get Black Girl Interrupted where it's supposed to be. I promise y'all, I love y'all so much. I can't get emotional, baby. I got to hold it together because we're talking about, like I say, tonight we're talking about the fabulous Diahann Carroll. And I'm going to introduce to y'all the United Order of Tents and how they came to be. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. So we have a few comments. Brittany, she says, I'm so proud of you. Let me say this to you. Thank you so much for taking my ideas and bringing them into fruition with my website. Thank you so much for everything that you've done. Um, Thank you for just being you. You know what I'm saying? And we did it. We did it. And thank you for being a part of the journey. Thank you again for putting in all the hard work and the long hours of getting my website up and running. But again, y'all, shout out to Brittany Brown, aka BB, aka CEO of Be Bright, who is my assistant, and she's just done so many phenomenal things. So I definitely want to give you your roses on that. She says, let's go BGI. All right, we going. April is going up. I can't put it out there, but y'all know April is going up. And I can't wait. There go my boy, D White. All right, Petty Wop. Love to see you, baby. Love to see you. Brittany, and you're welcome. She says, thank you for being the light that you are. When you sit in the dark for so long, you want to come into the light and you want to pull others up with you. So you're more than welcome for that. There's my girl Denise. Hey fam, good to see you tonight. Thank you for tuning in again to another episode of Black Girl Interrupted. So today is Wednesday. I know I normally do my shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but last night I had to just kind of step away for a moment. I had to check on my daughter. So again, for those just tuning in, my daughter's father passed away on last Wednesday. So I was thanking everybody for, checking on me, checking on my daughter, making sure everything was good with her. Just keep praying for her. Like I say, it's rough, it's difficult, but she's okay. Just one day at a time. And I told her, don't overwhelm myself. The first year is always the hardest, and it's difficult when you lose a parent, especially when you feel like parents are going to be here forever, and they're not. So y'all just keep praying for my daughter. Thank y'all for everything that y'all do. Like, I really just can't say it enough. I'm so humbled. I'm so grateful. And I give it all to him up there. I give everything to God, because he's I could go on and tell y'all how great God has been to me these last 3.5 years, 3 years. Yeah, I could just go on and on. But today is Wednesday, and I do apologize. I have not been posting my Wellness Wednesday post, but drop in the comments, how are you guys feeling today? It is Wednesday. It's hump day. We're 2 days away from the weekend. I love you. Whatever it is that you're going through, I'm here with you. I walk with you. I hold your hand with you. We're on this journey together. We got this together. So before I even get started, y'all know I always play something motivational, something inspirational, something empowering, something uplifting, just to kind of help you get over the hump. So before we jump into tonight's conversation, let me go ahead and roll this video, and then we're going to get right into the conversation at hand.
Success can be a lonely road. It can be a tough road. It can be a hard road. It's not for everyone. Those who follow others like sheep will never know who they truly are. Only those who follow their own path can discover their true potential. Those who fly alone have the strongest wings. Those who walk alone have the strongest direction. The rest will always be in need of others for their survival. They will always need attention, need recognition to survive. I am at peace alone, needing no attention, no recognition, and still I thrive. I'm not saying those who have support are weak. I'm not saying you must go at it alone to gain strength. This is just for those who have fought battles alone, those who have felt like they don't fit in, those who have never had support in anything they do, all of those who feel no one believes in them. You don't need them to believe in you if you believe in you. You don't need their support if you've got your own back. The best part is when you truly live the life you want to live, when you speak your truth, when you embrace who you are, then you gain real respect and real love. People love those who have the guts to be themselves, those who have the courage to follow their heart. Why? It's rare. Why? Because most people wish they could do the same. Show them the way. Keep going. Believe in yourself. It will all come good in the end. And when it does, you won't have only inspired yourself to be more. You will have inspired so many others. I had to learn to fight alone. And because of that, I am strong alone. I am strong. Full stop. I developed inner strength that can't be broken. I am unbreakable. Because of the pain, I am strong. Because of the struggle, I have character most will never know. I appreciate others more than ever. I have more compassion than ever. I had to go deep into the darkness. Now I have more depth. Now I can see clearer. I had to face huge internal challenges. Now I can defeat any challenge. I will destroy every challenge. I am proud of who I have become. I am proud I have overcome. I am proud I kept going. I am proud of who I am, who I've become. I am proud I stayed true to myself, because now I can live as myself, with respect from others, and most importantly, pride and respect from myself.
I don't know who needed to hear that message today, but that was for everybody, even me, believe in you, show up for you, regardless of anybody that doesn't show up for you. You just keep showing up for you and don't ever give up and wait your turn. Never view your life and compare it to somebody else's because everyone's race is different. Everyone will get to the finish line. Some get there further than others. Let me say this. Some make it to the finish line faster than others, but that's okay. It doesn't mean that's not your time. I look at Black Girl Interrupted, and like I just told my sister today, I'm moving right on time with where I wanted to be with my podcast. I waited my turn. I believed in me and I stayed consistent. Regardless if one person watched, if 10 people watched, 100 people, if no people watched, always show up for you because there's someone on the sideline that's watching you and is clapping for you. So don't worry about that. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Even if you got to rock alone, that's okay. Just still stay true to yourself. All right. So we jumping into tonight's conversation. Oh, thank you, Miss Denise. She says, peace be unto him. Absolutely, Miss Denise. He was sick, and he suffered for 10 years. So finally he just, he was tired. And he just said, I'm ready. So we had to respect that. There were a lot of decisions that were made. But that's okay. He's resting, he's not in pain. He'll forever be 47. So hashtag to you, Avery J. Wilson. Keep watching over your daughter. I got her. All right. So don't forget, keep dropping in the comments. Let me know how you're feeling. Like I say, today is Wednesday. It's Wellness Wednesday. It's Hump Day. We're 2 days away from the weekend. Keep going. Y'all are doing a phenomenal job. I see you. I'm proud of you. If no one told you that today, I'm proud of you. And I love you. God bless you. All right. So we are getting into tonight's conversation. So as we're still going and celebrating National Women's History Month, I found two women. Well, I'm so sorry, a group of women and then one specific woman who I wanted to pay homage to, who I wanted to give flowers to. So I want to start off with the United Order of Tents. I bet y'all are like, what is that? Who are they? I've never heard of them. Some people have, and some people have not. So the United Order of Tents is actually an organization for African American church women that was founded in Norfolk, Virginia in 1867 by Annetta M. and Harriet R. Taylor. They were former slaves that wanted to start this because they wanted to care for the sick and the elderly. They wanted to help those in need and to bury the dead. So historically, the group also helped provide loans to members when banks refused to give them loans. The tents also helped to provide shelter, food, and health care to people in their communities. I selected them when I was reading up about this. I said, we don't hear too much about some of our past historians, past icons, because that's what I call them. And these two ladies did phenomenal things. Their chapter now has members, I believe, of 50. I believe it's 50,000 members in the United Order of Tents. Again, this started in Norfolk, Virginia, by two women who wanted to help the community. They wanted to help get loans because during that time, white banks weren't giving money to African American people. So they wanted to help out in the community. Families didn't have money to bury their loved ones, so the United Order of Tents came in to help bury loved ones. They provided food. Excuse me. Oh, I was about to sneeze, y'all. And they also provided shelter, health care to people in the community. So I selected them because, again, Miss Denise is like, wow, and this is why, and Miss Denise, I'm glad you said that. And I'm so glad you asked me that question on the last episode, because these are hidden figures that we don't learn about in school. These are people that they don't teach us about in school. And again, please don't take this. We know about Martin Luther King. We know about Rosa Parks. We know about Malcolm X. We know about Mary. Excuse me. We know about Bessie Coleman. We know about them. But I want to recognize those hidden figures, the ones that don't get the recognition, the ones that you have to really sit down and dig and do your research to learn about who these women are, or who these men are, who this group of people are, and the things that they've done to help shape Black history. So that's why I wanted to pull the United Order of Tents, because a lot of like you, Miss Denise, you were like, wow, maybe you never heard of them. I had never heard of them, until I was just scrolling. I was like, I want some hidden figures that I want to talk about. So when I got to reading, and I was like, these ladies did awesome things for the community, and we didn't know about it. We know about Rosa Parks sitting, but we also know that Claudette Colvin was actually the first woman for the bus boycott. They just didn't utilize her face because she was 15 years old. She was pregnant, unmarried. She was not the face. So I'm going to always dig deep down into my Black history bag and pull these hidden figures and put them on the forefront. So this is why I chose the United Order of Tents. I can't wait for y'all to hear the other icons that I selected to talk about this month, because these people, oh my goodness. Let me just brag on us for just a moment. Let me just brag on us. We as African Americans have done some amazing things that we do not get the recognition for. So it's up to me, it's up to y'all to bring them to the light. You get what I'm saying? Because we don't know about this. This is a part out of our history that we didn't know about. You understand? We didn't know about this stuff. We didn't know the greatness that African Americans had that whites took credit for. Because that's not what's taught in history books. They want us to forget our history. They want us to just wipe it away. No. As long as I have breath in my body, will never allow us as a people to forget our history. Never, ever. If there's a hidden figure that y'all want me to talk about, send it to me. And we could do a show about that hidden figure, about somebody you feel needs to get their flowers and their recognition. Whether they're deceased, whether they're still alive, it doesn't matter. I want to give flowers to our history, because we are some phenomenal people. And can't nobody tell me different, that we are not phenomenal. They cannot say Black people didn't shape history. We did music, movies, TVs. Because when we talk about Diahann Carroll was the first African American woman to have her own sitcom and not be stereotyped. Okay? So yeah, I got to give homage to the beautiful Diahann Carroll, aka Dominique Devereaux, that was on Dynasty. So we talking about her tonight. But the United Order of Tents, like I said, these ladies did phenomenal things in the community. So Jules says facts. Miss Denise says at 15. Miss Denise, go back and look at my episode on Claudette Colvin. Claudette Colvin was 15 years old at the time she was arrested for refusing to give up her seat to a white woman. Everyone thought it was Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks was the face of the bus boycott because Rosa Parks was married. She was a very soft-spoken woman. She was light-skinned. So that's who they selected as the face of the bus boycott in Montgomery, Alabama from 1965 to 1966. But I had to give Claudette Colvin her roses because she deserved it. But yes, ma'am, at 15 years old, she was pregnant. She was unmarried. She was a dark-skinned woman. She was very combative. So, and just, I want to say, what was it? Ooh, just a few years ago, she was just taken off of probation. And she's well off in her 80s now. And she's now living in New York. So yeah, go back and check out that episode on Claudette Colvin. I got a little emotional because I'm just like, man, we as Black women, like we're strong, man. We go through so much. We do so much and we don't get the recognition that we deserve. So I wanted to go back and give that to her. So here's a little intro about the United Order of Tents, and we're going to jump back into the conversation. Let me get back over here. Here we go. All right, let's go, y'all.
And New at 6 is an organization you may never.
Wrong video, y'all. Here we go.
History is hidden no more. Today was a historical marker unveiled along Norfolk's historic Church Street.
It tells the story of the United Order of Tents, a national organization that was founded right here in Hampton Roads after the Civil War. 10 on your side, Regina Mobley joins us now with this story. Regina.
Well, Tom and Lena, the word tent and the name of the organization is a reference to the tents that were used to shelter runaway slaves. Over the years, the tent evolved to provide shelter from generational systemic. 2 years after the Civil War, former slaves formed a Norfolk-based benevolent organization which provided shelter from the lynching era to Jim Crow to the turbulent 1960s and more.
This is one organization that has really done everything that they could do to help black people from the times of Jim Crow and the Underground Railroad to present time.
In the 1950s, Church Street was the only place in Norfolk where a black person could own a business, but that didn't mean a local bank would give them a loan. That is where the United Order of Tents stepped in.
We offered loans and for individuals that was able to buy homes and individuals that need money.
155 years later, the state of Virginia recognized the order with a historical marker outside the organization's headquarters. A few in the crowd represent the next generation of leadership in the black community.
Women that are doing really amazing work within the communities.
Jackie Glass represents Norfolk in the General Assembly. She is working to build new tents to offer protection from crime, poverty, and other social ills.
When we talk about people that are minoritized, there's no umbrella that doesn't hit them in a way that it hurts. There's no facet of their lives that's not impacted by consistent minoritization of them.
Former slaves Annetta M. of Norfolk and Harriet Taylor of Hampton are the founders of the United Order of Tents. I have more information on this organization on wavy.com. Regina Mobley, 10 on your side.
Can we just kind of take that in for just a moment? Like I just want to take that in for just a moment, because 155 years ago, this organization was founded, and it still goes on in present day. I just want to take that in because two women that were former slaves made it possible for black people to get money to open a business. Two women. If we not phenomenal, baby, I don't know what else to say. Because we do some phenomenal things when we come together. Do y'all understand the power we hold? I don't think y'all really truly understand the power that resides in us, that our ancestors set forth for us to do. I just got chills because I'm proud to be black. Can I say that? And this is in no way a racist connotation, but I love being black. I love the phenomenal things that we've done to shape history. I love the things that we continue to do to shape history. I love how now we're building our own tables. I love the fact we're now kicking in doors and we're making room at tables that we were never invited to. I want every person, give yourself a round of applause, because we got the strength from our ancestors. You understand? From our grandparents, from our aunts, our mothers, our cousins. We continue to make moves. We continue to make people respect us and understand that we don't have to be invited to your table because we're going to build our own. Oh, I love that. I love that. I think we're amazing. I think we're phenomenal. We can't be duplicated. We're the original, we're the blueprint. And again, we can't be duplicated. You can't copy us. Another thing, you'll never ever be able to take our history away from us because we continue to make moves. We continue to make magic. We continue to build and build and build and build and build. This is what we continue to do. And I'm proud of us and the things that we do, and the entrepreneurs, these beautiful Black entrepreneurs, men and women that I'm seeing that are doing phenomenal things. If you are an entrepreneur, I don't care what it is that you do. I don't care if you sell shoelaces. I don't care if you pick up cans. I am proud of you. You be the best at whatever it is that you do. That's what you do. You show up for you. Who cares if they don't invite you? You invite yourself. You show up. You build that table. You build the bridge for us to all cross over. You get what I'm saying? If we could stop viewing each other as a competition, baby, we would be so phenomenal. We would be amazing if we stopped viewing one another as a competition, and if we quit gatekeeping information. We could rebuild Black Wall Street. We could build our own schools. We could have our own hospitals. We could have our own public libraries. We could have our own grocery stores. But some of y'all are still stuck in that crabs in a bucket mentality. But you have these two beautiful women, Harriet Taylor and Annetta M, two women that came together to help out a community. Not themselves, but a community. Why can't we be more like that? I want us to be better. I want greatness for us because we are phenomenal. Let me tell you something. God created us imperfectly perfect. We are so wonderful. Oh my goodness. I just have to brag on us. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to get sidetracked, but I had to brag on us for just a moment. I just had to give us our accolades real quick. So Miss Denise says, I'm taking notes. I got you, sis. I got you, big sister. I promise I do. Hey, baby sister. There's my sis Marie. Good to see you, baby. I miss you. Miss Denise says, oh, yes, so did I. Miss Jewel says, and this is what we need to get back to doing. We need our own Black banking systems that will look out for us without all the red tape. That's what I'm talking about. You had two women who were slaves, who came up with it, who had an idea and said, this is what we're going to do. And they proceeded with it. And here we are, 150, let me say this again, y'all, 155 years later. We still have grandparents that are still here that are 101, 102. So 155 years was not that long ago. Slavery was not that long ago, y'all. But what Jules said, we got to get back to doing this. We need our own Black banking systems that will look out for us without all the red tape. And baby, we could really, truly rebuild Black Wall Street. It's not a hard thing for us to do. If we could just come together like these two women and rebuild our community, do y'all realize how powerful we would be? And mind you, y'all, we only make up 14% of the population. Blacks, 14%. Okay? We only represent 14% in the United States. Miss Denise says, this is what we do in this strange land. I need you to say that one more time. Jewel, Miss Denise says, I hear you. Because They do give us a hassle when we're trying to be business owners. They do that to us. But if we had our own banking systems, we wouldn't have that problem. If we had our own grocery stores, if we had libraries, and if we stopped relying so much on the internet, our children would know our history because we would get back to reading books. This is why I selected the United Order of Tents, because these ladies here, even though they're gone, still their legacy still continues on in 2024. Here we go. We're still talking about the United Order of Tents. Again, everyone that's just now tuning in, welcome back to another episode of Black Girl Interrupted. Of course, it's your girl Ash, and tonight I'm continuing on, National Women's History Month. And tonight I'm celebrating the United Order of Tents as well as Diahann Carroll. But right now, we're talking about the United Order of Tents. But here's another little piece of the United Order of Tents, and we're going to jump back into the conversation. Here we go.
And New at 6 is an organization you may never have heard about. Its impact has been felt for more than 150 years. The United Order of Tents started as a secret society by two women who were former slaves. It began right here in Norfolk and still thrives today.
We do our best to continue her vision.
The vision of former slave Annetta M, whose portrait hangs in the Norfolk apartment complex that bears her name. Co-founder of the oldest benefit society of black women in the country, the United Order of Tents. At Calvary Cemetery, an angel watches over the grave of a woman who spent a lifetime watching over others.
African-American women.
Sherelle Christian is the complex property manager and a member of the order, a group still active, still serving others in need.
Annetta M, and that's where we get the name from. They had tents on this plantation, and they had a tent for the homeless. They had tents for the orphanage.
Elaine started the Christian group with another former slave, Harriet Taylor, in 1867 to extend her people a badly needed helping hand. It was the end of slavery, and black people had no resources, no power, no support. A Colorado article in 1912 states she stood forth as a shelter for thousands of poor and weak people of her race and created an ennobling atmosphere about them. President of the Virginia North Carolina District, Lodi's Gloston.
There was a lot of fear even after slaves were free. Remember, they didn't know where to go.
The women cared for the elderly and sick, provided food for the needy, and even shelter.
So the sisters were trained to take care of the women, take care of the babies, and especially the children.
In 1894, the organization established the Rest Haven home in Hampton with 16 beds for senior citizens. It operated until 2002. Keeping the group a secret back then served as a form of protection.
Women back in 1867 literally had very little, but were able to come together with their 25 cents or 10 cents, a dues, whatever they could. And it bloomed into the organization as we have it today.
Where they've branched out to include mentorship and scholarships while holding true to the original mission, caring for the elderly, what they do well.
It's like heaven on earth.
Here at Annetta M Apartments.
And making sure that these are their golden years and they should cherish where they live.
We're a family, and that makes us feel special.
And back in the 1860s, in order to get the organization incorporated, the founders sought the help of two abolitionists who believed in their cause.
You can't tell me that's not greatness. I refuse to believe that we are not great. 155 years later, they're still carrying on the vision that Annetta Lane and Harriet Taylor started. As you heard them say, it started out as a secret society because white people couldn't know that they were doing things, that two black women were doing things to help their community. And to see it still resonate today in present day speaks volumes. This lets us know that whatever you put your mind to, you can accomplish anything. Let these two ladies, these two icons, these two visionaries resonate forever in your soul and your spirit. Two women had an idea of what they could do to help with their community. And they brought it to fruition, and it still carries on today. Shout out to Annetta M and Harriet Taylor, our two hidden figures. Oh, woo! Ooh. Let me take a deep breath because, man, they just had the faith of a mustard seed. That's all. And look at where it is. And they still continue on the vision, even today, that these ladies started on a plantation in tents. Baby, if you can't, if y'all could just feel what I'm feeling right now in my spirit, we did great. We did some wonderful things, and we still continue to make magic. Hey, honey, I hope you're having a good night at work. So, the United Order of Tents, another one of Black Girl Interrupted's hidden figures. Yes, those ladies, phenomenal. But now let's move on to another phenomenal woman in Black history. Baby, let me tell y'all about Miss Diahann Carroll. Ooh, Miss Diahann Carroll. Where do I even begin, honey, to give her roses? Although Diahann Carroll has now passed on, she's still an icon in my eyes. So you ask, who is Diahann Carroll? Born Carol Diane Johnson, she was an American actress, singer, model, and activist. Okay, Miss Diahann Carroll. We're going to learn about you a little bit tonight, and we're going to give you your flowers tonight. So here we go. Who is Diahann Carroll?
One of those conversations about women in the industry suggested that there was a golden era for women. It was sometime in the war up into the 50s where there were a lot of meaty roles for women. That's how it gets framed, women.
Who suggested this?
Well, this is why I want to ask you about it. So, so there is a TV show on right now called Feud. Is anyone watching that? It looks at the feud between Betty Davis and Joan Crawford, and part of the storyline is they used to have roles, now they don't have them anymore, partly because they're aging out, partly because male leads are taking over what used to be the roles. The basic question is, was there a golden era back there for Black women actors ever?
No. It's not, I couldn't think of any period of time, even when we thought it might come through, when Dorothy Dandridge was alive. And I think I didn't see the first film that she did. I think it was called Bright Road. Mm-hmm. But she was so beautiful on screen, and so she played the lead in Porgy and Bess, and I guess Carmen Jones, who was that? I don't recall. But no, was that Dorothy as well? Yes. It's pretty bad when you're looking around for a memory and you're going to be 82 years old in a couple. I don't recall any period of time when we were afraid that we might be overbooked. Just didn't happen.
I just wanted to give y'all a little glimpse of Diahann Carroll. Diahann Carroll was actually speaking on Black women in movie roles. But many of you don't know that I just love this woman. And she was just extremely beautiful. So Diahann Carroll, she was in the musical Carmen Jones. She was in Porgy and Bess. A lot of y'all remember her from Julia, for which she did receive a Golden Globe Award for Best TV Star Female. And a lot of people didn't know that her series, so Julia was the very first series on American television to star a Black woman in a non-stereotypical role. She was a nurse. And for those that I believe it's on Tubi. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Julia is on Tubi. I think that's where I saw it. They may have taken it off. But to know that we had these beautiful, phenomenal Black women that paved the way for our Black actresses that we see today. They paved the way for the Halle Berrys, the Angela Bassetts, my mind just literally went blank. But they paved the road for the up and coming, the Issa Raes, the Taraji P. Hensons, the Fantasias, these beautiful Black women, Dorothy Dandridge. You go and you look at these women that opened the door for us, but didn't get the recognition that they deserved until after they were gone. So at the time when Diahann Carroll passed away, she was 86 years old. Prior to her passing away, she did another interview where she talked about getting into acting and what was it like for her. So here we go, and then I want to get back into the conversation because I want to brag a little bit more about Diahann Carroll because this woman was absolutely freaking amazing.
I studied singing from the time I was in, I think elementary school, really, I started. And then I won a scholarship to the Metropolitan from music and art. It never occurred to me that I should be an actress. And then someone was kind enough to explain to me that acting and singing are really primarily the same thing, and that if you are performing a song, you're acting. So I began to study, and eventually I went to Actor Studio for a while. Lee Strasberg was holding classes then. And I think that was my first encounter with the fact that I wanted to pursue it very seriously.
And did you, although it is the same, as you said, did you love acting as much as singing?
I grew to love acting.
You grew to love it.
As much as singing, if not more. Because with singing, you're not as nude. There is nothing more nude. I mean, it's like walking in front of the audience with not one stitch of clothing and making them forget that you're not wearing a stitch of clothing, but that you're there to deliver something that we can all enjoy, that I enjoy giving, and I hope you enjoy taking. So I think that's what happened to me with the acting and the singing. There was more freedom with the acting. I wasn't tied to a melody. I had to make my own melody with the acting.
And the reality is, at least from my perspective, is that many singers have not successfully had good acting careers. But you were able to do that. You made that transition very well.
Well, fortunately, the Broadway theater had a lot to do with that, Broadway musicals, because I was quite young when I did House of Flowers. Truman Capote actually said when I auditioned for House of Flowers, he said, "You're too young." I said, "But the character is 15." And I was, I don't know, maybe 18 at the time. And he said, go out in the world and live. I've never met a 15-year-old as naive. And that really insulted me. I didn't feel naive, but if I was giving the impression that I was naive. So I came to California, flew into Los Angeles for the film, Carmen Jones.
Like when I go back and I look at these interviews with Diahann Carroll, such grace and elegance in every interview, very soft spoken, but very loud at the same time. When I tell you, when I go back and I look at some of those old Dynasty episodes where she portrayed Dominique Devereaux, she was that no nonsense type woman where she said, I'm gonna do this my way. Like, this is what we gonna do. And I loved and respected her. I think one of the best roles was a lot of, and I should have played that clip, was when Dwayne and Whitley got married on A Different World, and Diahann Carroll played Whitley's mother, and she was like, no, going on with the wedding, going on with the wedding. She didn't want Whitley to marry Dwayne. That was phenomenal. And then also her role in Eve's Bayou, as playing one of the voodoo priestess. I'm so sorry. But Diahann Carroll just did some amazing things. When you go back and you look at, let me go back. So Diahann Carroll was a founding member of the Celebrity Action Council, which was a volunteer group of celebrity women who served the women's outreach of the Los Angeles Mission, working with women, in rehabilitation from problems with alcohol, drugs, or prostitution. And she helped to form the group along with other female television personalities. And that even goes on to, give her accolades. No, we're not going to talk about how many times she's been married. She had been married 4 times, but who cares? In 2013, she did talk about being the first African-American woman nominated for a Primetime Emmy Award. She also went on to, she was on Grey's Anatomy. She was in the 5 Heartbeats. Do y'all remember when she slapped the Big Red? That was like a classic scene in that movie when Big Red came to her at her husband's funeral and said, oh, you could call me if you ever need me. And she pulled them glasses down and slapped his face and told him to get out. I love that part. But she has done some of the most wonderful things. Like I said, Julia was like her breakout role because, again, she was the first African-American actress to have her own television series who did not play a domestic worker. She paved the way for that. And because of that role, she won a Golden Globe Award for Best TV Star Female for its first year. So we got to give Diahann Carroll her roses, baby, because she's the one that made it possible for these beautiful Black actresses to have their own TV shows. Look at Miss Pat. Salute to Miss Pat. Salute to Miss Tabitha Brown. To the Wendy Williams. And let's pray for Wendy Williams. But then she went on to go on Dynasty. She was in the Colbys. She was, again, in A Different World. She played Whitney Gilbert's mother. So Diahann Carroll was an icon in her own right. And unfortunately, I don't feel like we celebrated her enough. Let me say that. I don't feel like we celebrated Diahann Carroll enough. You go back and you watch Claudine with her and the famous James Earl Jones, a.k.a. Darth Vader, a.k.a. Mufasa. Like, Diahann Carroll was absolutely a force to be reckoned with. Hey, Naughty P. Hey, big brother. How you feeling today? Oh, yeah. At Claudine, classic. Now, that's a movie. I believe it's on Amazon Prime, y'all. But Claudine, and my mother has it on DVD. But when it came down to Diahann Carroll, her being, like I said, she was on Grey's Anatomy. She was on a show called White Collar. She was on, she was also featured in a breast cancer documentary because, unfortunately, Diahann Carroll did succumb to breast cancer. And it was called One a Minute. But when I look back and I look at Diahann Carroll, I look at even Dorothy Dandridge, with Carmen Jones. I look at Josephine Baker and these beautiful, iconic women, y'all, that made it possible for us Black women to finally have a voice. I could go on and on about Diahann Carroll and the phenomenal things that she does and the phenomenal things that she did even up until her passing. And the tribute that they gave her was such a beautiful fitting for a queen. Miss Miss Denise says, yes, on and on. I am blessed, baby. And BB Nutty says, hey, but yes, Miss Denise, when I go back and I even look at, I can't remember, and I see her face, and I just cannot call her name. Y'all, what's her name? She was on In the Heat of the Night. Denise Nichols. No, not Denise Nichols. Yes, that was her name. She was on In the Heat of the Night. And then you also look at, I can't think of her name. She was on The Haves and the Have-Nots, but a lot of people did not know that she was on In the Heat of the Night. She played one of the deputies. She was the Black female deputy on In the Heat of the Night. So Diahann Carroll, Josephine Baker, Dorothy Dandridge, and all these other Black excellent women that opened the door for us to do the things that we're able to do today. So we definitely have to reach back and we have to salute these beautiful Black icons that have helped pave the way for us. We can never forget where we come from. Absolutely. Miss Denise says, timeless greats. Wonderful. And that's why, as I sat down and prepared for this month, like I stated before, I wanted to go back and I wanted to celebrate women that didn't get their flowers. And me personally, I just didn't feel like Diahann Carroll got her flowers like she deserved prior to her passing away. Diahann Carroll, a living legend, an icon. What else can I say? Grace, beautiful. She was the true definition of beauty, grace, poise. And every interview that she did, she's very soft-spoken and just, oh God, if I really just had one word, greatness for her. So as we get ready to close, let's look at the tribute they did for Diahann Carroll, a timeless legend.
You know what we're going to do now? Now we're going to celebrate the life of a legend, actress Diahann Carroll. She broke barriers as an African-American woman, and this morning tributes are continuing to pour in for her. And Deb Roberts, you are here with more on this.
Oh my gosh, Robin. As one Hollywood actress said, this one hurts very deeply. Diahann Carroll symbolized so much for so many of us. Remember Julia? But particularly actresses of color who realized that she opened doors for them. From the 50s to the 80s, she just swept into roles in ways that no other Black actress had ever done before.
I didn't thank you for your present.
She was a powerful presence to behold in the 80s on television and long before that on the big screen. Carol Diane Johnson, born in New York City, seemed destined to dazzle. She grew up taking dancing, singing, and modeling lessons. By age 18, she snagged a role next to Dorothy Dandridge in Carmen Jones. With a career spanning 6 decades on Broadway and film, Carroll would impact generations. For many, her most memorable achievement came in 1968 in her own television show, Julia, a first for a Black woman who wasn't playing a maid. Carroll's talent and beauty were undeniable, leading years later to that other groundbreaking role as Dominique Devereaux on Dynasty, a first prominently featured Black character on a primetime soap.
Welcome to La Mirage, Miss
Devereaux.
But her biggest role was as a mentor and trailblazer for Black women in Hollywood, like Halle Berry, who thanked Carroll in her unforgettable Oscar speech in 2002.
This moment is for Dorothy Dandridge, Lena Horne, Diahann Carroll.
In 2008, Carroll visited Good Morning America. humble about her many accomplishments.
What you have achieved and are achieving, has it even exceeded what you thought was going to happen?
I have to think back and remember as a young girl that I never thought of anything in the direction of achieving or being a leader or you do the work that you want to do.
The tributes have been pouring in on social media. Kerry Washington writing, "I love you with all my heart. For eternity, I am because of you." And Oprah tweeting, "Thanks for helping clear the path for me and so many others." One of the most moving tributes coming from old friend Billy D. Williams, whom she shared the screen with throughout the years. "We met in high school," he said, "and continued our friendship for many, many years. The memories and tears are flowing." An icon for so many.
Indeed, she was. I was fortunate enough to meet Diahann Carroll on a couple of occasions, and she was just as you'd expect her to be. Beautiful, elegant, gracious, Robin, a memory that I will cherish forever. What a life well lived, huh?
Yeah, you remember that mailbox? I mean, no, lunchbox.
The Julia lunchbox. Little girls, little black girls everywhere. Just waited for Julia on television, remember?
But such a talent, such grace, and everything. To see the tributes that are pouring in.
Absolutely, a celebration.
A celebration, as it should be. Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.
I got a little choked up about that because just listening to what this timeless great, I'm going to use your word, Miss Denise, what this timeless great has done for us as Black women. She opened the door. And I'm so sorry that I forgot Lena Horne, because baby, I could go on and on about Miss Lena Horne. Her grace, her beauty, everything. Like I could just go on and on. But Diahann Carroll, a timeless great. A woman with grace, a woman with elegance, a woman with poise that opened the doors and made magic and made dreams come true for all the little Black girls that used to watch her from back then, even now. So to you, Miss Diahann Carroll, I salute you. May you continue to rest well. And thank you for your contribution to Black history. I had to take a deep breath on that one. I had to, because like I told you guys, when I sit down and I select the topics that I'm gonna talk about, I go dig very, very, very deep into my bag because I want to ensure that I'm bringing you the best content, that I'm educating you also, as well as entertaining. Because I always want to have some type of joy. I want us to have beautiful conversations. I want us to talk about beautiful people. I want us to have beautiful conversations. So I dig deep in my bag, y'all, for Black Girl. Like I dig deep on these topics. Like I really, truly do. Some of them I can just come up with like this. Some of them I'm just like, you know what, I need to plan ahead. Because things come up, things may change, things may happen. So I really try to make sure that with each and every episode that I do, that I'm educating, that I'm teaching us something about Black history, something that we're not learning in school, something that's not put in our history books, So I'm going to always bring that type of content to the forefront. So let me roll out my final thoughts. So United Order of Tents. Where'd I even begin with these two phenomenal ladies, Annetta Lane and Harriet Taylor, two former slaves that formed a secret society to help the community. Food, shelter, healthcare, loans to get businesses because they weren't giving money to Black people 155 years ago. but two ladies that had a vision that still continues 155 years later. Phenomenal. Then I selected Diahann Carroll, who I'm only 45, but I've been a fan of hers for as far back as I can remember. A trendsetter is who Diahann Carroll was. A person that was not afraid to take no for an answer. A person that had her own TV series, the first Black woman to have her own TV series and not play a domestic worker. Who won an award, a Golden Globe, okay, in its first year. A trailblazer who exhumed grace and beauty and elegance with every role that she encountered. She embodied and made it her own. So Diahann Carroll and the United Order of Tents here at Black Girl Interrupted, not only do I give you love, but I continue to pay homage for the foundation that you set for like-minded people such as myself, as well as the other Black men and Black women in our community. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying not to get choked up. I'm trying not to get emotional, but you can't help but get emotional when you talk about our history and how great we are and how phenomenal we are and how we don't get the recognition that we deserve because we hide behind everybody else. It's time for our lights to shine. It's time for us to come from behind and come to the front. It's time for us as Black women and Black men, I'm so sorry, Black kings and Black queens, to take our positions. It's time for people to know who we are. It's time for us to start showing our gifts because everyone is born with a gift. And it's time for that to be seen. We have to stop allowing fear to deter our goals and our dreams and our destination. That's my final thought. I just have to take a moment because these episodes are so emotional to me because I look at myself as a Black woman and I look at the things that we as Black men and Black women have endured over the years and being told no. And to see us kicking doors down, to see us building tables, to see us entering rooms that we weren't allowed to go in. I love that for us. I hope that this journey of entrepreneurship continues for us. I hope and pray before my time on earth expires that I get to see another Black Wall Street. I get to see Black schools. I get to see Black libraries, Black grocery stores. And yeah, I know some exist, but I want to see more. I'm so sorry, y'all. But I want to really, truly see that for us in our community. Whatever gift it is that you have, please let us see it. Be the best at whatever it is that you do. Be the best at it. Stop worrying about the quality and focus on the quantity because it doesn't matter how many people, if you got 1,000 people, what is the quality of your product? You may have the quantity, but you lack the quality. So I really want us to start focusing on the quality and not so much the quantity because the quantity will come. Quality is what we need to focus on. So I say that to every Black business owner, male, female, boy, girl. Let your light shine. Stop playing with your potential. Stop worrying about who's going to support you. You just show up for you. And I'm going to close with that. So for the upcoming episodes of Black Girl Interrupted, because yes, I will be back to my regularly scheduled program, so I will be live, tomorrow night. And tomorrow night, I am recognizing the fabulous Debbie Allen, baby. The world-renowned choreographer from Fame, A Different World, and known as the little sister to Felicia Rashad, who played Claire Huxtable on The Cosby Show. We're celebrating her tomorrow night. Also, I'm celebrating Miss Mamie Johnson. Miss Mamie Johnson was one of the two first African-American females to play baseball. Come on now. Like I said, I'm celebrating these hidden figures. I'm paying homage to the forgotten. I'm giving them their roses, although Miss Mamie Johnson is no longer with us, but I am giving her roses. And I'm also saluting Debbie Allen because I had to talk about her. Because Debbie Allen, for her to be 76 years old and still be shaking like she does, she deserves every rose that has grown from the concrete. Yes, baby. So that is tomorrow night. You know, Black Girl, hold up. I have some comments. Hold up. So Miss Denise says, darling, you empower. Miss Denise, can I say this to you? Thank you. I finally found my voice and found my purpose. This is how Black Girl Interrupted came to be. Was a purpose. My purpose is I want to change the narrative. I want the world to see how phenomenal Black men and Black women truly are. Not all that you see portrayed on social media and on these reality shows, because there are some beautiful Black men and Black women out here that are making some power moves that do not get the recognition that they deserve. My purpose is to change one person at a time. Can't change the world, but if I could change one person, then I've done exactly what God has told me to do. I've done exactly what God has allowed me to do. God gave me this voice, and I have to utilize it for the greater. I wasn't always this way. Let me say that. I was not always this way. But through prayer, through forgiveness and accountability, Black Girl Interrupted is here where it's at today. So, Miss Denise, thank you that I've empowered you, that I've inspired you, that I pour into you, that I uplift you. I'm just doing exactly what God has told me to do. One person is all it takes to make a difference. I'm worried more about the quality and not the quantity. So thank you. I got it, y'all. I got the hearts right with my hand. And she says, Ashe. And Ashe back to you. Absolutely. Malcolm says, and a film producer. Absolutely. Debbie Allen, let me tell you something. I can't wait to talk about her tomorrow. I can't wait to talk about Mamie Johnson tomorrow. He says 100. I can't and then I can't wait for you guys to see the other ladies that I selected to talk about, because one of these ladies that I'm talking about was a no-nonsense type of woman. And I can't tell you who she is, but y'all will know who she is next week. But again, tomorrow night, I will be discussing the fabulous Debbie Allen and the fabulous Mamie Johnson. Again, Debbie Allen, world-renowned choreographer, film producer, director, the little sister of Felicia Rashad, born right here in Houston, Texas, Third Ward, Houston, Texas, is where Debbie Allen and Felicia Allen resided. Also, got to give my girl Loretta Devine, who's from Houston as well. Love her. And then also Mamie Johnson. Again, y'all, Mamie Johnson, one of two African-American females to play in the NFL. I'm so sorry, not NFL, in the Negro League of Baseball. So we're going to be talking about these two phenomenal ladies tomorrow. Y'all already know Black Girl Interrupted streams live every Tuesday, every Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Central Time, 9:30 Eastern Time. I stream live on Facebook. I stream live on YouTube. If you ever want to just go back and listen to it, I am on every streaming platform. I'm on Apple. I'm on Google. I'm on Spotify. Man, like when I put in Black Girl Interrupted and to see my podcast pop up everywhere, like I so love that. Also, just to let you guys know, for those that missed out, the website is up. So the new website is up. We just published it Saturday night, Sunday morning. I'm so sorry. We were up to like 3 o'clock in the morning, finishing and putting the final touches on it. Let me go ahead and post the link down at the bottom. So the website is www.bgipodcast.org. You can also sign up to receive your monthly newsletters. The newsletters will start going out in April. And the newsletters will consist of the conversation for the month. So like for April, I will be talking about Sexual Assault Awareness Month. I will also be bringing awareness to autism. There will be one episode dedicated strictly to autism. So if you are a parent with an autistic child, please tap in with me. I would love to bring you on the show just to share your story. And it will give you the updates on the conversations. You can also RSVP for the episodes. We do have that on the website. So like, I'm really, really, really ecstatic about it. Let me see if I can pull it up for you guys so you can see exactly what it looks like. Let me go ahead and share. Give me just one moment. Let me share the screen. Hold on. Here we go. Where did it go? I don't know why it's not. Okay, hold on. Wait. Let me put it on here. Where did it go? Maybe it's not going to let me show. Okay, let's see if it will. Okay. No, I just won't. No, I don't want that. I don't know, y'all. It may not let me show. It may not let me share. But I wanted y'all to see the website and the things that you could do on the website. But again, if you go in, you could, like I said, you could sign up. It also gives you an update of the upcoming episodes on the podcast. Again, it's a tab where you can actually donate if you choose to. It's not, it's not something you have to do. But if you would like to help with the cost of the streaming and things like that, $1, $10, you could donate. I'm not asking you to. Also, Black Girl Interrupted merchandise is on the way. Be on the lookout for that sometime this summer, maybe June-ish, July. We'll see how everything goes. I'm still trying to put the finishing touches on that. But again, there is the website down here at the bottom. It is www.bgipodcast.org. Go ahead, sign up so you can get your your monthly newsletters so you can keep up with all the upcoming events for Black Girl Interrupted. I can't wait for y'all to see some of the things that I am really, truly putting together. I want to do a meet and greet. Don't know where just yet, but I would love to do a meet and greet, even if it's a virtual meet and greet. Excuse me. But I want to work out all the logistics and all the other beautiful stuff that goes in tune with that, because I want to start, doing live things. So y'all just be on the lookout for that. Also, if you would like to be a guest on Black Girl Interrupted, I have posted the email down at the bottom. That is subject to change. But as of right now, it is Black Girl Interrupted Podcast at gmail.com. If you have any show ideas, if you would like to be a guest on the show, please send me an email. That way we can set up a time where we sit down, we talk, and see what the topic is and what schedule works for me. Also, the schedule that works for the guest. Because I am doing some collaborations. I do have some on the way. So I will not be looking for guests until May. So it's, go ahead and send me the email so we could go ahead and get everything set up. And we could just play around with the dates and what is going to work for you, as well as what's a good schedule for me. So I just want to say thank y'all again so much for tuning in to another episode of Black Girl Interrupted. Again, thank y'all for the continuous love. Thank y'all for the continuous support. Thank y'all again for the prayers for my daughter. She's definitely going to need this is her first, her father passed away. So she's dealing with it, and we're going to make it through. Miss Denise says, okay, I appreciate your support, Miss Denise. But again, I love you guys. I appreciate all the continuous support that you guys show me each and every week, each and every day. Thank you for the show ideas. Also, I do want to let you know for the month of May, I will be bringing y'all the updates for the Tyree Nichols case. I believe the trial is starting in May. So I just got to get with the people that are directly affiliated with the case, so I could bring the updates to you, because I've definitely been following that case from beginning all the way up until now. I pray for justice for the family. And then I will also be bringing you updates on some other cases that I've discussed in previous times. So be on the lookout for some updates in regards to that. But I love you guys. Again, happy Wednesday. It is Wellness Wednesday. Whatever it is that you're going through, please, please, please put yourself first. Do not let anyone stress you. Do not let a job stress you, baby. Do not be afraid to take time off from work if need be. If you feel like you are not where you need to be, I need you to take a step back. I need you to relax, relate, and release. Do not let anything in this world stress you to the point where you end up in a grave. I love you guys. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and bring it to a close. So I will see you guys tomorrow night. Again, 8:30 p.m. Central Time, 9:30 Eastern Time. My big brother, I love you too, baby. And I'm so proud of you. Congratulations on the release of your project. Me and you, we need to talk outside of the show, because I want to do some things with you too. So we'll talk on the back end, big brother. Again, I'm so proud of you and your project. So I love you guys. You guys have a beautiful night. Again, happy Wednesday. I will see y'all tomorrow night. Like I said, 8:30 p.m. Central Time, 9:30 Eastern Time. Baby, tune in with Black Girl Interrupt. I know that's not my theme song, but y'all, I'm just in a really good mood today. But I love you guys, and I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Holla!